is up, Streamlabs? We are chilling like rockstar villains. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Sunday. So, I want to give a couple shout outs. One to Grampy Uncle Lobster. Two to Richie Wright and Courtney Knight. To Secular Opinion and to Polly. Thank you for hanging out with me on StreamYards last night. That was crazy, man. Now, I've been watching Secular Opinion for quite some time, although admittedly I haven't watched any of his more recent videos. You know how that goes, YouTube, when you're subscribed to like 300 to 400 different channels, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got to hang out with Secular Opinion for a minute, and I was just like, dude, this is cool. Hell fucking yeah. You know? Well, like, it's surreal when you're hanging out with YouTubers you actually watch, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. Welcome to another Streamlabs. We got a couple of things to talk about. What is up, Deathbed Tapes? So, congratulations to Joe Biden for winning the presidency. Yeah. Even though I feel like a lot of people voted for him because they hated Trump so much and because the left bullied everyone else into doing it. Like, not even shitting you, you know? The left was sitting there threatening to riot if Trump took office, basically threatening to throw the biggest temper tantrum ever. And a lot of people are so sick and tired of rioting anymore. They're just like, okay, you know. I mean, and to be fair, the other side wasn't so innocent either. I'm glad the election's over. What is up, punk rock? Now, tomorrow I gotta call this place back. Trying to get into this one place, which would be perfect for me. I'm not gonna say where. That's really none of your business. But I do have $1,000 to drop on my next apartment, which is pretty nice. I might be able to find someone who can work with me on that. Also, I'm going to Colorado Wednesday because Thursday I'm getting lazy eye surgery. So that'll be fun. Looking for a new apartment and getting eye surgery in the same week. Yay. But here's the thing of it. Like I said, both sides are pretty immature. No, to be fair, I did support Biden on some issues, so you know I'm not completely disappointed by it. However, the only reason Biden got elected is because a lot of people hated Trump and a lot of people did not want the libtard left to, you know. And I hate using that word because the word libtard is such a cliche. But you got your liberals who are level-headed, rational people, and then you got the libtards who just, you know, they're the extremist liberals, basically. And, ugh, dude, don't even get me started. But we are live on the King Cobra JFS channel. I got eye surgery coming up this week. Looking for a new apartment, which I'll find. You wait and see. I mean, could you imagine if the Republicans were threatening to riot if Biden got elected? You'd never hear the fucking end of it, YouTube. It'd be, oh, look how radical these Republicans are. And to be brutally fair, that's how I feel. I feel like we were bullied into voting for Biden. And I'll give credit where credit is due. There are plenty of Joe Biden supporters. Yes, I'll give credit where credit is due. However, a lot of the votes that came in for Joe Biden were because so many people dislike Trump and so many people were afraid of what the left would do if he got reelected. And I'm like, well, you do realize that Trump can now legally run again in 4 years. You do realize this, right? Just saying. But, second thing I'm gonna say, and this was basically the video I was gonna do on YouTube while I was doing StreamYards, but, well, I got a little edgy with it, so basically it's the same video, but, you know, I toned it down a bit. Before I get into the second part of this video, I got one thing to say. Joe Biden, our president, wants to shut down the country and raise taxes. How are we supposed to make money if the country's shut down, let alone if taxes are raised? But to be fair, both Joe Biden and Trump support marijuana for medical purposes, so, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of Trump supporters who are just seething right now, like, it's so not fair. Me, I'm kind of just, we'll see what happens, dude. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 more years to the next election. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I had fun on StreamYards last night, hanging out with some peeps. Shout out to Secular Opinion, Grampy Lobster, Richie Wright, Courtney Knight, and Polly. Thank you for hanging out with me. It was a crazy night, man. Tell you what. Excuse me. Like, I'm not trying to get too political with it here, because there's going to be a lot of people who are still pretty sore about this. I mean, like I said before, someone's going home pissed off. Didn't matter who wins, you know. But the fact that the radical left threatened to riot just because if Trump became president again, like, it blows my fucking mind. I'm like, you see the radical left taking Trump hats away from Trump supporters, beating them up for it. Income tax? Yes, I have, actually. I pay taxes every year for Cobra Craft handmade wands. So stiff you, troll. Not only do I pay income tax on my wands, I also pay it on my YouTube. Okay? Do you think you'll ever learn how to say Parmesan correctly? I don't know. Do you think you'll ever learn how to stop being a troll? But it is what it is, YouTube. Like I said, I'm not really that upset by it. You know, I'm sure there's going to be some, like, I actually agreed with Biden on a couple of issues, so, But there are going to be some people who, honestly, are going to be pissed. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dude. It is what it is. Admittedly, both, you know, like, people would sit there and say things like, oh, I can't believe you voted for Trump. He's so creepy and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, well, Joe Biden's not exactly a saint now. I mean, Joe Biden's kind of creepy too, let's be real. Like, but I'm just glad the election's over and we have a president now. Can we just calm down and, like, you know what I'm saying, not lose our heads? Look, and here's the thing of it. don't give the left that satisfaction. Okay, the left is probably just waiting for the radical right to start throwing a huge fit about it, and admittedly so, some of them already are. Nobody likes a sore loser, nobody likes a sore winner, so let's just keep a level head and, we'll see how the next 4 years plays out. As far as like the pandemic goes, former President Trump had caught COVID-19, and despite being in his early 70s, he beat it. Now, he must have seen some pretty top-notch doctors to get rid of it. Who knows? So I thought to myself, maybe he has a cure for it. Seems how, you know. And honestly, I think that was one of the few reasons why I voted for Trump, is because he supports the Second Amendment rights. And shutting down this country isn't going to do anything except make us broke again. Unless they plan on legalizing pot and giving us a bunch of stimulus checks, then there's no, you know what I'm saying? But here's something to think about. I mean, Biden's tax increase only affects people that make $400K or more a year. Well, thank you for fact-checking me. You know what? I agree with that. If you make $400,000K or more a year, you should pay your fair share in taxes. I agree with that. I agree with that. I honestly thought the tax cuts would affect everyone, or getting rid of them anyways. But yeah, you know what? I agree with that. Like, if you're doing tax cuts for people who make under a certain amount, like if you're poor, lower middle income, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you're middle income or above and you make enough money, you should be able to pay your taxes, dude. That's one thing that's always, you know what I'm saying? As a business owner, my wands are proudly made in America. I am Casper, Wyoming's only professional wand maker in town. And as a small business owner, it always struck me as funny that the little guy right here, okay, little small business America right here, I pay taxes on Cobra Craft handmade wands every year when I file it on my IRS returns. But some corporate fat cat who's making 8 bazillion times more than I am doesn't have to pay squawk on their taxes. The fuck out of here, dude. The fuck out of here. But yeah, honestly, my bad. When Joe Biden talked about getting rid of tax cuts, I was like, hold up. We're in the middle of a recession. Those tax cuts would actually help. But then come to find out, they're only getting rid of tax cuts for the super rich, which, fuck yeah, dude. About goddamn time the rich start paying their fair share in taxes. Second thing, though, we'll get off politics for a minute. Like I said, I'm not completely cheesed off by the whole idea. I mean, Joe Biden likes double-barrel shotguns. I like double-barrel shotguns. I'm like, alright, we can at least have a common ground on that. Yeah. Well, you're right about that because the shutdown will not affect Cobra Craft handmade wands because it's on Etsy and I rely on the United States Post Office and my bank and Etsy and a couple of other stores around town like Ace Hardware, Walmart, and the Wonder Gift Shop for wand making supplies. I'm sure there's a way to keep the country open, but do it safely because how are you going to find a cure if everything is shut down? That's all I'm saying. The reason taxing rich people more is bad is because it drives businesses out of, well, that's a personal opinion, I would assume. I reckon the reason why the rich don't like being taxed is much like anyone else, you know. There are some rich people who have worked their asses off for their money. And admittedly, there are some rich people who just have it handed to them, so, you know. But you know what? Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. Did you know that Billie Eilish or Eilish was recently body shamed? The fuck? Okay, so Billie Eilish was spotted recently rocking some short shorts and a tank top or whatever, you know, and people gave her so much shit for it. I'm like, why? Okay, the way I see it, Billie Eilish is an adult. She's 18 years old. She can wear whatever the fuck she wants to wear. You know, and this is the problem with our society is women and men get judged for the clothes they wear, and it's honestly pathetic. We're not judging people based off of their actions so much as we are how they walk, how they talk, how they present themselves, you know? And for women, especially celebrity women, there's all this pressure to look and act a certain way. And, you know, people are used to Billie Eilish wearing these tomboyish, baggy clothes. They seem to forget that there's an attractive young woman hiding underneath all of that. I mean, haters are gonna hate, dude. You're just jealous that she's famous and you're not. I mean, have you heard the song she made for the new James Bond film? Oh, dude. Oh, believe me, I am packing up. Don't worry about it. uh, I feel like in that regards, Billie Eilish's story is the same for a lot of women. Sometimes you want to wear oversized baggy clothes and just chill out, and sometimes you want to show it off. You know, it just depends on what you're in the mood for. But there's always been this double standard for women and men anyways. Like, if I wear a sleeveless shirt to show off my humongous biceps, people are going to be like, oh, look at that muscly stud, you know? But if a woman wears a shirt to show off her boobs, she gets called a bimbo and I'm like, really, dude? No. And quite frankly, I don't think that's very fair. You know? But that's life, dude. How you gonna call, seriously, how you gonna call women the fair sex when that's completely unfair? We also live in a society where men are praised for their sexual conquest, and quite frankly, I disagree with that. Because women are slut shamed for their sexual conquest, and honestly, I think that's a wee bit messed up. Although, to be fair, women are allowed to flirt with men, and if men flirt back, we're pigs. So sometimes it evens out. It just depends on the double standard. Excuse me. I'm gonna grab some more water here. Ooh-wee. I personally think that Billie Eilish is a gorgeous singer and an overall attractive person. And there were guys out there giving her crap for the way she looks, and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Good gracious, dude. And it's like, if you were to close your eyes and just listen to that song that Billie Eilish did for the new Bond film, it takes you there, you know, to that. You're in a smoky nightclub. It's like 1950s or early 60s, and you got a whiskey sour. You're sipping on it, and then boom, you just hear this voice cooing over the microphone. It's like, oh, dude. But yeah, it blows my mind. I'm like, dude, this is probably why Billie Eilish feels uncomfortable wearing more feminine-esque clothes. Is because people are gonna judge her. You know what I'm saying? And this is the kind of crap that women have to go through as far as clothes go. You know, if you dress like Billie Eilish normally dresses in baggy clothes or whatever, you get told as a woman, oh, I bet you're really pretty underneath all those baggy clothes, dear. And then as soon as you wear more feminine or more revealing clothing, you get told you're being a cheap slut and you should cover up. It's like, dude. And ladies, it's the same for makeup, am I right? You got some women who would tell you, oh, you look so much prettier with a little bit of makeup on, blah, 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 blah. But then if you put it on, you got some women who are saying that you're oppressing your own gender because blah, 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 blah. So it's like, oh my god, dude. And could you begin to fucking imagine what that's like, dude? Well, I know how it's pronounced, okay? You know who I'm talking about. This chick's bad to the bone, dude. I dig her style. Look, hey, your favorite color is green. I know the feeling. Green's one of my favorite colors, too, but, beside the point. as far as her brother goes, I know what that's like, dude. I got 3 younger sisters myself. Yeah. That's why, like, I'm not trying anything. I'm just sticking up for her, and I'm just saying, like, it's horse crap. You know what I'm saying? Billie Eilish turned 18, and she leaked a couple of topless pics to the internet, and the whole world fucking went insane, dude. They were like, holy crap! Which she was planning on releasing as soon as she turned 18, but right when she did turn 18 and took the pictures, and her shit got hacked, and yeah. Good gravy, dude. And you gotta be careful with shit like that. I am all too familiar with that myself. Oh, jeez. Because once it's on the internet, it ain't coming off. But no, I don't care if it's Billie Eilish or whoever. Like, body shaming in general is just, you know, like, we all know how it feels to not feel our prettiest or to feel our most attractive, to not feel our handsomest or sexiest, or to not feel our strongest. You know what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous, dude. What's up, Parker Jackson? And it's horse crap, YouTube. We shouldn't be body shaming each other. Do appreciate y'all watching me do a Streamlabs in my apartment. Courtney Knight was very insistent that I do another Streamlabs in my apartment before I move out. So that's what I'm doing. It is No Shave November, so we're going to leave all the scruff alone until December 1st. Haha, imagine that. Well, like, you see all these videos on YouTube of famous female YouTubers doing try-on hauls and such.
are aware of the facts. Let's get into it. Men are obsessed with achievement because they use it as a dick swinging contest and they use it to control women and blah blah blah. No. You know why men are so driven towards achievement and success? It's because nobody else gives a fuck about them.
Yep. You know why men are driven to achieve and success as hard as they can? Because you said it, Chloe. Nobody gives a fuck about men. You're basically valued for what you're worth in society. And fellas, women go through the same crap. They do to some degree. Only it's for different shit. This ain't a mullet comb over, my dude, and I accept it full on. Like, it is what it is. This ain't a comb over, dude. Trust and believe. This is how long my hair's gotten since I've shaved it. But,
That's how they feel. Let's be honest here. The closest that men get in society to cared about or valued is whether or not they're deemed as useful. The implicit stigma and pressure of being the provider only allows for them not being loved for who they are, but what they can do. And that's perpetuated onto men right from little boys. Men is that they inherit value. No, I don't think so. I think that women and children are valued simply because they're women and children. And again, men are valued based off of what they can do and what they can provide.
Josh, did you see that they mentioned you on the last Good Mythical Morning? You should totally watch it.
That's why men feel so worthless, because the transition from boyhood to adulthood is incredibly difficult, because they literally go from valued to only valued again based off of what they can do. There are no.
Yep, Roma Army, you are exactly right. In society, men are expected to be the Mr. Strong, silent type, be able to fix anything. Like, somehow the sink gets clogged, so your wife says, "Babe, could you fix it?" "Yeah, let me go get my tools."
No longer loved and cared for.
I'll definitely check out the new episode of Good Mythical Morning here in Attack It.
Based off of just who they are. And so they inherit the feeling of worthlessness. And they will continue.
Yeah, and here's the thing of it. Because men are put underneath all this pressure to be able to fix everything, do everything, be Mr. Handyman, Mr. Right, Mr. Strong, silent type. So when boys are not capable of being able to fix everything, that feeling of worthlessness and uselessness is instilled upon them.
To carry the feeling of worthlessness until they feel like they have proved their value, proved what they can do, proved what they can provide. And before they can, nobody cares. Myth. Men are valued just because they're men.
Like, I know I'm going bald, dude, and I really don't give a shit, to be honest.
And whereas women have to work harder for it. Now again, I want you to keep in mind all of these examples are just in the Western world. But again, that is an absolute myth. That's not true. And so they kind of inherit their value, whereas men have to create theirs.
Yes, women do in fact inherit their value, where men have to create theirs, and... yeah.
And that's a fact. There's no way an upper-class businessman can be oppressed, because success is a lifestyle choice. No, if
Success is not a lifestyle choice, dude. Shout out to your wife, Christina. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Now, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Success is not something you're born into. Success is something you have to work for. You know, do you think Billie Eilish was born successful overnight? No, dude. She had to work on singing and music for a long time, and then she had to wait to get discovered before she could have all that success, you know? Exactly. Do you think I was born successful on YouTube overnight? No, dude. I didn't have my cult following when I first started YouTube. I had to build that shit, man.
it's actually not. Fact, success is pretty much life or death for men. And this ties exactly into my last point. So to anyone that was like, to that one, listen to this. Women, if they fail in school, we can become mothers. We can just say, fuck it, stay at home, be a mom. We are automatically valued because we're moms. We're carrying life, we're still doing something. Men, well, first of all, stay-at-home dads are stigmatized already in society to be losers. So
Yeah, what is that? What is that? Like, if you tell a woman some sexist crap like she has to be a stay-at-home mom while you go out and provide for the family, you get told you're being a sexist pig and that's old-fashioned. But if you tell a dad that he's a loser for staying at home, being a stay-at-home dad, that he's a jobless bum and that his wife's got bigger balls than he does, nobody says shit about it. No one says, dude, that's kind of mean. I mean, he's a great dad to his kids. You know, who cares if the wife makes more money? This is the problem with our society and the crap men have to face. We're told that if a girl's better than you, you're a pussy. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's seen as demasculating when a woman is better than you at something. So then men are constantly put underneath all this pressure to be better than girls at shit. And it's dumb because women are told the same thing, basically. If you're not better than the boys and you ain't a strong woman, like what? Can we just fucking stop with this crap?
So what does that say? That says that
well, I would play guitar, but it's almost 10 o'clock, so maybe for a future video I might do that, yeah.
that once men hit below some sort of like expectation, societal expectation, they're no longer even human, they're no longer even looked at, and they're no longer valued. So I would like to say that this is a huge argument for me when people try to say that the pay gap is just because women are paid less just because they're women. No. I think that men have to fight harder because they have to.
How would you describe your hairstyle? Bald / standing on top, long on the sides, skull coming in nicely. Yep. Hey man, I don't give a fuck, dude. It's just hair. And guess what? It's just fucking hair.
They don't have another choice. So to every boy, teenager, father, man, old man, whether you're married, divorced, single father, co-parenting, whatever you may be, whatever class you fall into in this life, I want you to know that you need to look at society standards and say, go fuck yourself, because guess what? You're never going to fit where we're supposed to. We are always going to be picked apart.
I agree. You look at Joey's World Tour gave you a shout out on last vid. Please say happy B-Day to Mary McPherson. Fuck yeah. Happy birthday, Mary. That's most definitely what's up. Fucking sweet. Exactly. Roma Army, preach it. Like, as we live in this society, people are gonna pick us apart, just like people are doing right now, you know? Based off of the clothes I wear, what my hair looks like, you know? We're never gonna be good enough for anyone. We're always being picked apart in our society. And exactly my point. You need to tell society's double standards to go fuck themselves, because this is the kind of crap that pins women and men against each other. So instead of finding a common ground when it comes to gender equality, instead of finding a common ground, finding a common ground when it comes to gender equality, society will pin women and men against each other because it fits the status quo. It keeps, you know, it keeps the narrative going, is what I'm getting at. And that narrative is what fucks a lot of people. Well, think about it. If the stereotype is men are always assholes and women are always victims, it's annoying as shit. This victimhood mentality, you know, this all men are assholes mentality, dude.
And everything about us is unique, and you have something to add to this world. Don't let
Well, thank you for that donation. I appreciate it. And exactly what Roma Army said, don't let anyone tell you that you don't have value in society. Just because as a man you can't fix shit or inherently do shit, you know. But, yeah, I don't know, YouTube, like, why people do the things they do. Because simply they can. It's ridiculous, dude. You know, it really is. Well, the only thing thinner than your hair on Cope's head is his skin, bro. Just shave it. Nope, I like my hair long. I do. I don't care if I'm balding on top. I really don't. If my skin was so thin, do you think I'd be saying that? Honestly? You know what I'm saying? YouTube, you know what I'm fucking saying? Like, if my skin was really so thin. No, not really, and you're just, wow, dude. Just wow. If Chloe has nude pictures on the internet, I certainly am not judging by any means. Um, well then, people weren't lying about that. She definitely has nude photos on the internet. Not bad, dude. Not bad. Not bad at all. I know Halloween's over. That would make you the idiot, actually. This isn't a costume. This is how I dress every day. And fuck Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh my god. Not gonna lie. Leaked Patreon nudes, huh? Well then. Not bad, Chloe. Not bad at all. Hell yeah, man. People are telling me, like, do you even know? And I'm like, know what? uh, I'm like, yeah, I do know. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle. Does Clint know that you whack it on Facebook? Hey, guess what? If I'm talking to an of age fangirl on Facebook, and we're video chatting as two consensual adults, who gives a shit, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like if I was talking to a fangirl on Facebook and she wanted to masturbate for me and asked me to return the favor, I'd be like, shit. You know what I'm saying? So does your dad know you're picking on somebody with autism? uh, ooh-wee. Nope, I'm not ending the stream till I feel like I want to end it, to be honest. Will this water filter still work? Hot sauce edition. Yeah, I've seen that episode.
In Wyoming, we love our wide open spaces, and there's never been a better time to appreciate them. Knowing that COVID...
What happens when you leave Play-Doh and hot sauce for a month? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I've seen this episode. Yeah. Yep, that's the one thing I don't like about eating spicy food, to be honest. It burns like a bitch when you digest it. Yeah. No, actually, I do gotta go to bed because I'm getting up. Ooh, excuse me, got the window open here, but because yeah, I'm getting up early, man. Busting out what I gotta do to get done, you know. Working off the scene to kick some ass and take some names. Yes, sir. Metaphorically speaking. People were sitting there going, did you know there were naked pictures of Roma Army on the internet? And I'm like, no way. I looked it up, I'm like, nice. Hell yeah. Not too shabby at all. We'll get off of that. Anyways, yeah. Honestly though, like, people gonna talk all the shit they wanna talk. I don't care. Let them talk shit. Like, I know Roma Army's got a boyfriend. I'm not trying nothing. I'm just saying it's a compliment. Like, you know. And furthermore, why can't us men compliment women without it being taken as perverted? Well, that's because it depends on how you comment it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really depends on how you compliment that woman. There's a big difference between saying, you look nice, you looking good, versus, damn girl, nice titties. Or damn girl, nice waist. Damn girl, nice ass. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. Big difference. And you know what's sad about that? Is that person was pretending to be a 22-year-old female and then went and told the subreddit something else, and as soon as I found that out, I ceased contact immediately. Does your dad know you're a scumbag piece of shit and that your mom should have swallowed? Exactly, Emerald. There's a big difference. You look at a girl, you're checking her out like, that's what's up. Yeah, she's cute. Fuck yeah. Versus, damn girl, nice boobies. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. One is inherently a lot more obnoxious than the other. You know? And there are two things that'll determine whether the girl is going to get offended. One, does she think you're cute? And two, how did you deliver the compliment? Were you super obnoxious about it? Or were you a distinguished gentleman? And 95% of women, I can guarantee you to 100% prefer a distinguished gentleman versus you being a pig about it. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Here's the thing of it, YouTube. I got eye surgery. I leave Wednesday. I get the surgery for my eyes Thursday. Come back Friday. And then no more eye surgeries for a long time. My cataract in my right eye is removed. My lazy eyes will be fixed. I'll be seeing 1,000 times better. And this is another thing that creates incels, going back to what Roma Army said. How men are only valued in society for what they can provide. Actually, no, me and my dad had a mature adult conversation about it, and we both agree that not having the debit card, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my dad had an adult conversation and just decided it would be easier if I didn't have it. That way, you know, it doesn't drain my account as quickly. And I've noticed that ever since we came to that mutual agreement, my bank account doesn't get drained nearly as quickly. But yeah, when I move out of here, the place is going to be professionally cleaned. Me and my dad are going to rip out the carpet and repaint everything. So, yep. I got to get up early tomorrow, otherwise I keep the video going. Anyways, YouTube, I do appreciate y'all tuning in to watch the stream.